How's it going, everyone? Welcome to my channel. This is a gun build based off of the movie John Wick. If you didn't know, John Wick is basically a hitman who's retired, and basically some goons come and destroy his stuff. And essentially, he goes out and he kills them all. In his movies, he gets hundreds of kills with various weapons. So this is a build based off of his AR-15 that he uses in the movie John Wick 2, I believe. This right here is a Glock 17, but I modeled it to be like the Glock 34 from the movie. This gun is from John Wick, the first movie. This is his HK P30L. Um, Obviously, because of the confines of this game, I have to use the Glock 20. I feel like that fits the aesthetic the best. This is his Benelli M4 from the second movie. Obviously, we only have the Remington 870 Express in Deadline, but this is as close as I can get to it. This is his Terran Tactical Pit Viper from John Wick 4. It uses the 1911 platform, and the only gun in this game that has that platform is the Wilson Combat EDC X9, so I feel like this works the best with it. Now, all these builds are meant to be accurate in terms of looks to the movie, and obviously with the pistols, we are very limited to what we could have. So this is the AR-15. It has this scope right here, which could zoom in. It's pretty good, and it also has the Delta sight, the Delta canted sight. I think it's pretty good for mainly long ranges, just because this is one of the few ranged weapons that he has, and this scope is it zooms in pretty far. I honestly wouldn't recommend using this for the canted delta sight, just because the gun model just takes up so much of your screen and it's really difficult to see. So I wouldn't really recommend this for close quarters combat. This is what I tried to model after the Glock 34 from John Wick 2. I think this is a pretty decent weapon. And then next up, I have the HK P30L from the first movie. But basically, I think this is pretty accurate in terms of looks. I chose to use a Glock 20 for this model instead of the Glock 17 because it does more damage, and I feel like that reflects the effect that the HK has in the movie. It definitely seems like it does pack a pretty solid punch, and I like the sound of it a lot better than the Glock 17. I really like how this gun feels, to be honest, and considering it does considerable amount of damage compared to the Glock 17, I think I definitely prefer this to be the build for the HK from the first movie. Now, as for my recreation of the Pit Viper, it's to be honest, this gun isn't very customizable. Same with the Glock 20. So I couldn't really make this gun and the last gun to be as accurate to the movie. This gun has decent damage, decent stats, which I will look into later. Personally, I don't really like this weapon. I don't think it does the Pit Viper justice because it's just such a cool gun in real life. But this gun in this game isn't really. I mean, the recoil in this thing is actually pretty crazy. You can see the camera recoil or the model recoil is pretty high, so the weapon like jumps around a lot. Yeah, I don't think that it does the real one justice, just because this feels a little lackluster, considering the looks and the performance. But yeah, hopefully the developers come out with more updates for the attachments, so you could change the gun to be a little bit more accurate. And this is the Benelli M4, also from the second movie. It is a pump action, so it's not a semi-auto like in the movie. Which gameplay-wise might be a problem, just because you can't shoot off as many shots as fast, and you can't really get too many kills too quickly. So you would have to reload pretty often, and multiple times did the pump feature mess me up when I was supposed to get kills. Okay, now onto the builds. So this is the AR-15. I use this upper receiver, the VL Tor. So the one in real life is supposed to be the MER-1, but this is the 1S AR-15 upper receiver. I feel like this one is the closest to the real life counterpart, not in terms of looks, but just because the model is pretty similar. BCM Gunfighter Mod 3 AR-15 pistol grip, which is the exact one that they use, and I wanted to use this grip, so I prioritize it instead of making the lower receiver accurate, just because the grip does not fit with this one, or even this one doesn't fit. It only fits with the M4 lower receivers. So for the barrel, I use a 14.5-inch barrel. The real one is supposed to be fluted, but there isn't an option for that. So just gotta do with what we have. For the handguard, it's supposed to be a 13-inch one, and so I chose this 13-inch one right here. For the foregrip, this is the exact one that they use, the BCM Gunfighter Mod 3. There's two of them. There's this one, which is like looking at that side, and then there's this one, which is the correct one, so you gotta make sure you use the correct one. For the front, the M-lock is this cover right here. I think that looks the best, and everything down to like this M-lock right here, it's all down to the detail. Like, it looks exactly the same basically, so it's really important that you have this piece and all of that. In terms of performance, it doesn't really do much, but just the details itself is important for me. For the barrel attachment, this flash hider right here, this one looks the most accurate to the film, so that's why I use it. In terms of performance, there are definitely better ones out there, but obviously this one looks like the one in the movie. For the bolt, just got this one right here. It's the best one, and I colored it just like the Terran Tactical. For the charging handle, this is the exact one, the Bravo Company Gunfighter. And for the stock, well, attached using the default castle nut and the default end plate and the default buffer tube. This stock looks the most accurate, so that's why I use it. And the magazine is just a 30-round Magpul PMag with the bottom plate attachment to it. For the optic, I used this one right here. You can use this as well. They're pretty much the same, but I feel like this one looks better. For this, I have the this offset mount with this sight on it, and that's pretty much all of the details of the gun. I will have the code in the description. For the Glock 34, now this can definitely be changed to look more like, for example, the HK or the Pit Viper. But I personally think that the Glock 34 fits the Glock 17 model the best. Now for this build, you can add this compensator right here. I decided to take it off, but a lot of people like to use the compensator for it. And for the HK, I used the Glock 20. I could have used the Glock 17 for the HK, but I feel like this, it does the most damage, so I feel like it fits the vibe of the HK the best. And for this one, I did use the compensator attachment, and I think that looks the best. And everything else is kind of default, except for maybe the grip. It's just because the Glock 20 doesn't really have a lot of customizability. Um, but I've seen a lot of people try to turn this into the Glock 34. But I don't want to use, the Glock 17 for everything, and I don't want to use a Glock 20 for everything. I want to be able to differentiate from all the weapons, so that's why I chose this one. And obviously the damage as well. Now, for the Benelli M4 that he uses in the second movie, obviously we only have the Remington 870 Express in this game. So I try to make it look as accurate as possible. But yeah, pretty much everything is default except for this sight right here. Magazine extension, a +2 extension. You can use this one or the Lancer Systems one. It's up to you. I personally think the Remington one looks better. The default came with the sight here, but I just took it off. The barrel is the 508 millimeter. This one looks to be the most accurate, as well as this is the only one I think that has like the front sight. So this sight pretty much just makes it look a little bit more accurate to the movie. And the grip, I used the pistol grip right here. And then for the stock, now you can't get the stock to look exactly like the picture. But this one is the best, I think, especially in terms of looks and performance. So, yeah. And then finally, the Pit Viper. Now, this is nothing to write home about. I just wanted to try to model the Pit Viper and also use the Wilson Combat, because I feel like this is a decent gun in the game, especially for, like, damage. And I feel like it would look like a cool John Wick type of gun. So, this is what I did to it. Everything is basically default, except for the barrel. The barrel, I put the threads on the front, and then I put a thread protector here. You can take it off or leave it on. I'm not really sure. I just feel like it adds like a little bit more detail. But this gun lacks a lot of customizability, so there's not much you could do about it. I added just this back strap here, because why not? You don't have to, but I just did. And then the magazine, this is the default one. I think this longer one looks a little bit better and is a lot more useful because it has more rounds. And the ammunition, I just chose the one that did the most damage. And, yeah, that's pretty much it for the Pit Viper. It's nothing too special. I'm still hoping for the devs to come out with maybe more customizability for this gun, just so we can make it a little bit more accurate. And that is pretty much all of the weapons. Now, I did do some testing, doing some night vision gameplay and some daytime gameplay. So some of the guns have the sights are like really glowy, so it's really hard to see, especially on the AR. So I don't think that would be very useful at night. You do have the canted sight. But once again, it takes up a lot of your screen, so you're not really able to see too well. The pistols, they don't perform too well at night just because of the sights. Maybe you could change out the sights to be the default ones, but I personally don't really like how that looks. I think it makes the gun look too boxy. It looks way too much like a Glock, and we don't, especially for the guns that are supposed to be modeled after, for the HK, like the HK, for example, you don't want it to look, too much like a Glock. So I think when you aim down the sights, it looks a lot better. It's just at night it just glows, so you can't really see too well. The performance is decent across all of the pistols. The damage, you can't really tell the difference because it is a pistol, and you should be going for headshots anyways. The Benelli M4 is actually really good across daytime and nighttime usage, just because it's a shotgun and you could kill in a pretty far range in Deadline. And yeah, the AR is actually really good during the daytime. It's I really like using the long range scope. It's really good for that. and considering that you can scroll in and out of that, you can use it for pretty much all ranges. So the AR is actually a really, really good gun. I would definitely use it, and you could definitely get some like John Wick plays. Sadly though, the pistols, I mean, they're great. They feel great. They look great. But in this game specifically, it's just pretty hard to get kills with the pistol unless you're going for headshots. Only because the time to kill in this game is really high for other players. If they have like other guns, you're gonna be outgunned most of the time. Basically, if you're trying to use a pistol, you can try to go that John Wick style, but it would be pretty difficult unless you're at like super close ranges on maps like claustrophobic or something like that. But most of the time, you probably wouldn't want to use the pistols because they're just not that effective at long range compared to other guns. But yeah, for all these guns, I basically prioritized looks over the performance. But surprisingly, a lot of these weapons are actually really good to use as like a normal loadout in game, especially the Benelli M4. That's really good. Just don't forget to pump the shotgun after you fire, or else you might end up pumping your shotgun when someone is shooting at you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching my video. If you think that I could have improved some of my designs a little bit more, let me know. And if you want to see guns from other movies or games or something like that, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.